Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are checking out a deck that was brewed up on stream the other day. Every Tuesday is Subscriber Tuesday on my stream, where they tell me what they want me to play with, and I figure out a deck and build a deck around it. So the winner this week was Boneyard Parley, which was pretty challenging. We tried a Grixis version and a Golgari version, both of which didn't quite feel like me, but then I figured out how to slam the parlay into an Esper shell. I shouldn't say I figured it out. My viewers helped guide me in this direction. So thank you to the viewers for helping out with that. And the rest of the deck is basically it's an Esper control deck that tries to discard the big creatures with Chart a Course, Chemist's Insight, drawing through the deck, and setting up a Boneyard Parley that gets 3 out of these 5. Zetalpa, Azer, Nezahal, Chromium, Lyra, while it can also use creatures from the opponent's graveyard, because Boneyard Parley reads, exile up to 5 creature cards from graveyards. An opponent puts them in 2 piles. Put all cards from the pile of your choice onto the battlefield under your control, and the rest into the owner's graveyard. So, just a weird kind of mass reanimation jutsu all at once. And like I said, the rest of the deck is just about killing stuff and staying alive. So that fits my playstyle just fine. This was a pretty fun version. And plus, sometimes you get to do things like draw a bunch of Azer Lawbringer cards and smash the opponent with Nezahal and Chromium and Zetalpa. You get Elder Dinos and Dragons and the Angel Boss. It's good. And it's an Esper control deck without TEFERI. So we'll see if the comments still crucify me. All right, let's go play some games. This hand has an early Chart a Course that can drop off the Zetalpa along with a Sweeper and a Parlay to work towards, as well as a Thought Erasure, so let's try it. See what our opponent wants to do. Open up with an island. Mono blue, perhaps? Let's find out. I don't want this spell pierced, so I definitely want to lead with the Thought Erasure. Okay then. Alright, I guess I take the Opt or the Crackling Drake, and I have a lot of ways to kill the Crackling Drake. So I'm going to grab the Opt, as I think it's just the best thing that they have there. Should I bin this or keep it? It does kill the Crackling Drake, but it doesn't progress my game plan of the Parlay. Well, still, the Drake must die. Let's not be too aggressive and just assume we'll draw everything we need all the time. Alright, first the Chart a Course. Opponent drew something they can cast. And this time they're going to snap off that Opt. I guess it was feels bad so that they didn't get to Opt. Cast down's good. Makes me wish I'd been the Mortify, but oh well. Now what we need are more Chart a Courses and Chemist's Insights. Well, now I'm glad I didn't bin the Mortify. The swings are real right now. Enters tapped. Getting my opponent's Phoenix isn't that good if they just send it back to the graveyard, of course. Getting the Crackling Drake might be very good. Hello, Chromium. Chart. Draw 2, discard Phoenix. What else? Well, we got these 2, so we can bring Phoenix back. Hello, Birdie. Always more Drakes in the world, I'll tell you. This deck refuses to go away. Meow. Well, at least that bird's going away. But I bet there's another Crackling Drake now, which is concerning since I don't have the mana to play the Absorb. But I could have just said go. I don't think that would accomplish much. I think I'd just get beat up by the bird. Oh, nothing happened. Lucky me. Let's fight over Drakes. They're big and strong. We don't want them to beat the crap out of me. Like, how big is this? 5-4. Could be worse. Probably will be worse. So what do we got down there? A Zetalpa over here, a Drake and a Drake over here, and a Chromium. I think I'll play the Chromium. See if my opponent can deal. Opponent's sitting on something. What is it? It's not an Opt. Maybe it's a Shock? Crash through draws a card. Arclight comes down. Oh boy. Well, I can't block with the... Well, I can block with the Chromium, actually, because I Boneyard Parley it back. Not to mention, they can shock it. That still won't kill it. Or... It's still a 7/7. Against Drakes, that's really big. Alright. Anything here with haste? I guess the bird has haste. 1, 2, 3... 4? Alright. Let's do this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Let's see how the opponent is at making piles. Clock is ticking. I'll tell you, I'm probably taking the Zatalpa. I don't think they can kill it. Oh, I choose this pile. Thank you. That's what we call decision fatigue, my friend. Those are the effects of decision fatigue right there. All right, our lands and 4 drops. Cool. I guess I'll keep it. Oh my goodness. And, oh, are we mono red? Well, maybe. Might also be another Drake deck, who knows. My avatar keeps switching, probably because I didn't pick a new one. That Vivian looks cool, to be honest. It looks all shiny, and sure enough, more Drakes. No lack of the Drake decks. Probably never will be in the arena until they rotate, my god. People just love drawing all these cards. And who can blame them? Warlord's Fury means it's probably not the Spell Pierce version of the deck. Land go. Kaya's Wrath is online. 3 frickin' Chemist's Insights are online. And the opponent, I'm sure, believes they're up against another Esper control deck. But I think that we're actually better against Esper control with this version, because if we get out any of the large creatures, our opponents are in huge trouble. Alright, you're going to do that. I'll just do this. Let's just get that off the battlefield and into the graveyard where we want it to be, and say go. Bluff some counter spells. Since we hit our land drop anyway, if I hadn't drawn that land, I think I would main phase Chemist's Insight. Here's an Enigma Drake. Oh, we're maximizing velocity now, are we? Well then, somebody's going ham in this. See if they'll commit one more spell. Of course they will. They always commit one more spell. Okay, Cry of the Canarium, but we haven't seen any Drakes yet. Also, Wrath is not very good if our opponent has another Drake. So, while I think my deck is good against Drakes, I don't think it's good against Maximized Velocity. Still, we'll do what we have to do. Missing a land drop there really sucks too. As the parlay is pretty darn good when we can get multiple Drakes or huge bodies if we can get there. Okay, they're the Arclight deck too. It's everything all in one. Alright, the birds are coming. They're coming. I really need to draw land so I can Cry the Canarium and absorb here. And I mean, it's gotta happen. Okay, did it. Blue, blue, white, yep. Here's the Cry. Please shock your own Phoenix. Please make that mistake. No. If they shock their own Phoenix to try to save it, it still gets exiled. Because Cry has funky wording about all creatures that went, or all creature cards that were put into the graveyard this turn get exiled. Alright, let's shut that down. I could have also tried to shut down the velocity, then Wrathed the Drake, but I think just gaining the 3 life and keeping the opponent from drawing the card is better. And if we draw the land here, we're good. Does the opponent have another 1-drop play for another Arclight? No, they don't. Okay. Dodge the bullet. 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures down there. None down here. All right. Power up. Give me your stuff. I want your things. I'll take the pile with 2 drakes, thank you. One pile should be an Enigma Drake and a Crackling Drake, and the other should be an Arclight and an Enigma Drake. Whoa, they gave me this? Oopsie, I'm taking that. I like cards. I got your Drakes. Let's hope the opponent can't bounce them. Something clever like that to wreck me. I got your birdies. What do they call them? Electro pigeons? Is that what Alias or Merchant or one of them calls these? Strange pigeons. Mission briefing. What are you doing? I mean, there isn't that much to get. I guess, well, they can't flash back the dispersal side, or that would be neat. Because they would get a bird back and I'd have to discard. But instead it's Chart a Course. It's a pretty soft mission briefing, I would say. Like, what are you bringing back with the card? Alright. You're going to maximize its velocity? Because that would be a waste. I'm going to give you a hint. I will block. Alright, this has haste and flying, but it doesn't have trample or anything like that. And Terra Nova has seen enough. Alrighty. Sweeper. Counter we can't quite cast, but Chemist's Insight. I think you just got to keep piles like that. See how it works out. Alright, right off the top. Love it. Now we have double blue. Opponent, looking black, has black avatar, playing black cards, living the black life. Got it. Let's put up the absorb shields, although I don't know if I'll need them. Cry of the Canarium, I think, can do this work. Okay, black-white. Perhaps aristocrat-y stuff. We'll let that go through because we have the Cry ready to go. Oh, we have double Cry? Let's just get it done. So rude. All that afterlife stuff. Never allowed to survive because they printed exactly one card that basically takes the whole archetype and ruins it. Ill-Gotten Inheritance. At the beginning of your upkeep, 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. For 6 mana, sacrifice it, 4 damage to an opponent, and you gain 4 life. Well, our opponent will have Spectacle if that's their priority. Let's play this tapped, and I want to Chemist's Insight or Absorb. Search for Azcanta can come out in the future. I want to Insight as soon as I can. Vampire Sovereign. It's a big chunk of life. But it's just a creature. I think I'll let that go. We'll see. I think that if the Insight doesn't draw me a solution, what's it drawing me? There's Akaya's Wrath. There's another land off the top. We can go for the Azcanta now. Play another blue source to make sure we also have Absorb available. And another Chemist's Insight. Your life total's a resource, friends. Don't be afraid to play with it a little bit. That Inheritance might be a problem, but we have Absorb to gain some life back. We have Mortify in the deck. Martyr of Dusk, sure. Down to 12. What else you got? Oh, you have a Mortify. I think that's fine. I like Azcanta, but it's not needed for this deck. What's not needed right now is the Nezahal. We'll get it back later with the Boneyard Parley. And there's the Lawbringer. Another big thing that we could just play, see what the opponent does. Without the Absorbs, though, it's not very good. I don't exactly want to Wrath right now, though, either. But, man, if this sticks, if they remove it, I go down to 6, and then the Ill-Gotten Inheritance can kill me. Well, no, it deals 4. Close but no cigar. Yeah. It's a pretty big deal if it works, especially with the counters that we have and the opponent tapped out here. They can't play a sorcery or an instant, so they have to have like Ixalan's Binding for this to work. Okay. It has some effect, not a grand one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could attack and draw 2 cards and gain 2 life. Far from great. See, this can exile the Nezahal. That's a bit of a tragedy. That ruins my game plan. Alright. I think I just draw 5, gain 5. Then I get attacked for 8. So I go up to 16. I draw 5. I go back down to 8, 7. It's pretty bad. I'm probably just better holding up the Absorb, right? So I can do this every turn and draw more and more cards. I don't know, that's really risky too. Oh well. Okay, there's a Mortify. That's pretty good. And we got the Parlay. So if it dies, we can get something back, but... Oh, do I have to take out that Absolution first? Do I take down the counter shields to take out Absolution? Actually, it saves me so much life, and it keeps my Nezahal in the graveyard that I think I do. Away with you. If I was going to do that, I should have done it before damage, but that's a 1 point of damage mistake to keep in mind, depending how this game turns out. Oh yeah, play the stuff. Play the stuff. Wonderful. Alright, so we're definitely playing the Cry of the Canarium. We don't have to use this turn. Let's attack first. Or no, let's just not attack, since the Cry isn't going to kill the Sovereign. Get all that out of here. Leave this tapped. Say go. I'm going to hold on to Thought Erasure instead of using it for the Surveil. We might be able to catch a card in our opponent's hand later. Gruesome Menagerie. Okay. They all got exiled. Oh, they all got exiled. It's very oops-worthy, but I'm not going to say it. That's for my opponent to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll leave up Absorb again. Yay for manual taps. Making it happen over here. Land and go. I guess I'll drop off Chromium for the Boneyard Parley. That may never happen, but if Azor dies, we'll definitely go for it. They're playing off the top, and I have a handful of spells. Let's just counter and gain 3 life. Because the more life we gain, the less likely they can win. We're just drawing more and more cards every turn with Azor. We don't let them have anything. Seems good. And that's the scoop. I'm going to call it there. I have a lot of packing to do. My head, quite honestly, is completely somewhere else. It's at PAX with my friends and with all the magic goodness and all the excitement of a convention. I haven't been on a vacation or any kind of a trip for this kind of thing in many years, so well needed. But don't you worry. Of course, if you're watching this, PAX is already over because I've scheduled videos for an entire week in advance, so you CGB fans, you never have to miss a day. Thank you for watching this video. Forgive the sloppy play in this video. A little loopy. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment. You can also support the channel on Patreon for special perks. Links are in the description. Our sponsors are hauntedflower.com and flipsidegaming.com. Haunted Flower sells officially licensed MTG apparel and accessories, and Flipside Gaming sells MTG cards and supplies. You can save 10% on either site with the promo code CGB, and it supports the channel at the same time. See you next time for another day in the arena. For now, it's me, it's CGB, signing out.